also. So I think that is my probably one thing I would
That's
say.
very interesting because we were talking about how one of the things that the most empowered, self-aware women tend to accept is to not say much about money.
You're absolutely right.
And to just say, oh, work will speak for itself. And I can see lots of young women there nodding. So raise your hand if you're a woman who wants to talk about money but can't and thinks that your work will speak for itself. So that's okay. So that's the whole. Huh?
We ask for money.
You ask for money. Okay, that's good. A lot of us don't.
So you're absolutely right. I mean, ask for more is also something that we should, probably tell them, because it is true that women don't negotiate as much as men. So sometimes when we are wondering why are men getting more or men getting more promotions, or also pay parity is now such a big discussion, it's also because it's been found out that men negotiate more often than women do, and women tend to accept the offers that they get. They are almost grateful. There's an amazing quality about us. We are so grateful that we have the job, we have the right guy, we have right everything. Let's not nudge the boat too much, or it might just topple. But that is where we need to tell our girls and women that if you think you deserve more, which most times you do, you must ask for more, you must negotiate more often, and Zada se Zada, it may be a no, but at least you tried, and the other person knows that you know your more.
One of the things your book talks about is a certain kind of female boss. And I'm going to push back a little bit here and encourage all of us to think a little more about this idea of the female boss. So of course we've seen one kind of female boss in the sort of Meryl Streep, Devil Wears Prada kind of caricature. But you argue in your book that the concept of the queen bee is real, and you argue that there are women who take on quote-unquote masculine traits because they try to make it in an all-male world. So I have two questions, and I'll start with you. One, in this age of gender fluidity, what is feminine and what is masculine? Our younger generation may not even understand. B, could it be that the tough female boss is judged differently from the tough male boss?
So you're absolutely right. Today we live in really different times, but I remember reading an interview, and when I was interviewing one of the bosses about 15 years back when she was offered one of the senior roles. One of the most natural things that she did is she did a shorter haircut because she didn't want to spend too much time in front of the mirror, look too feminine, and also wanted to look more practical, more work-oriented. She also switched to more masculine clothes, which could be, this whole phrase of who's wearing the pants. Somewhere, I don't know how this has gone down as a compliment, and she felt she will not be taken seriously if she doesn't adapt that, and she was not alone, because again, through research it was found out that women feel that the more aggressive or the more these masculine traits that we take, we will appear more leader-like, because empathy yet, which is one of our strongest traits, it's not actually acknowledged, accepted, or even encouraged at workplaces. On the contrary, empathetic leaders are the future.
But let me push again, and I'd love Kirti and Megha also to come in on this. When a woman is emotional, she's called hysterical. When a man is emotional, he's called compassionate, sensitive. When a woman is
He's
aggressive,
actually called a loser.
okay, chalo, I was being polite. When a woman is ambitious, aggressive, some might say, oh, she's trying to be like the guys, or she's being a bitch. But when a man has exactly the same behavior, if he's a tough leader. So I'm a bit confused, why do we believe that there is a female kind of leadership and a male kind of leadership? I'm not sure I believe that. Do you?
I don't actually.
Yeah.
I think what we necessarily talk about is the yin and yang, the feminine and the masculine, which we all have within us. The Ardhanarishwar that we talk about is basically yin and yang in all of us. I think the whole point is to bring the two in balance, right? That is the ideal way of going about things and all of that. So the fight is not so much कि आप लड़की हैं, आप लड़के हैं. एक लड़की भी ऐसी हो सकती है जिसका yang बहुत strong है, right? And vice versa. You have men who are very sensitive, who are okay to express themselves emotionally. So it is. I think this whole confusion of a man and a woman is something that I personally do not buy into a lot. It's not something that I tell myself too often. I have been an actor for 15 years now, and I've recently turned a producer. And